I hope mkopo. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Let's say a proper Happy New Year. We haven't said a proper Happy New Year, people. Happy New Year, and I don't want to say Happy New Year too much. I know it's happy, but some families are not happy. Oh. The children, they don't know where their children are. The children have been abducted. I hope you had a good Christmas, Wadau. I had a good one. Yeah. Just thinking about this whole thing, abduction in Kenya. Now we've gone back to the time of Moi. But there is a difference between these kind of abductions and the Moi time abductions. Moi used to abduct people who are politically a threat. Grown-up men, grown people, grown men. Versus RUTO, he's abducting young boys. Young boys who are giving their opinion in TikTok, in Instagram, in YouTube. Boys in their 20s. This is my question. Ndio swali yangu. Because RUTO was pulled out of Nairobi University to join Youth 92 by Moi. Just because those days there was no internet and there was no there was no Instagrams, there was no forums, za mitandao. But the things he did in his 20s, he's still doing now. Imagine being a grown man who've got kids older than these boys you're abducting. Being a grown man in his 50s, being threatened by a 20-year-old. And because a 20-year-old has put a meme of some sort. I know one was not very nice. One was not very nice. But I like when that boy, at least that boy got arrested. Then the lawyer, one person decided, I'm not going to see a young boy being oppressed. I'm going to go and fight this one for him in court. So he went to court. And he said, where is my client here? Because he said, RUTO RIP. I want that lawyer. That lawyer said to the judge, which RUTO? And if there is a RUTO who is RIP, who is this person saying, getting my client in cells? If the dead man is speaking, what is going on? And he said RUTO RIP. How many RUTOs are in this country? Thousands and thousands of RUTOs. He hasn't said Mr. President RUTO. He hasn't said the name is who Samoei RUTO. He hasn't. He said RUTO RIP. How do you know he was not selling somebody else? He had put a photo in a casket, a glass one. These kids are so genius. RUTO just give these kids jobs. Stop arresting them like left and center. Did you see the brothers from Kitengela who abducted? Brothers who have business in Isili. For whatever reason. Because like a blanket and my phone is falling off. Did you see those boys, those young men from Kitengela? They are not too young. But they are like in their late 20s, early 30s. You know? They were abducted for 35 days. They gave their story. I cried. They were tortured, and because their brother, one is older than the other one. So the young one will be tortured more. For whatever reason, they were being told they know who is funding the Mandamano. Nani anafund maandamano? Nani anafund maandamano? And they're saying we don't know. We work in Isili, we have businesses in Isili. We were not in maandamano. So we don't know what you're talking about. They were kept for 35 days. Minimum ugali. One said it's ugali that you couldn't even go to the toilet. They didn't go to toilets for days. He said since he went there, he went to the toilet twice. And it's not toilet, it was a little kasuku that was cut and put at the corner of the room. They couldn't tell what time of day it was because they were in this dark room. But because there are people next door, they could hear the TV. That's how they could catch up. It's in the morning, when they hear the news, when they hear the time, blah, blah. They could tell it's in the morning, or it's in the evening, or it's at night, 10 o'clock news, whatever news. They could tell what time it is because of the TV from the people who are guarding them. People who are guarding them have got TV and all sorts. They just stay there, come and beat them up. I thank God they are out, but they are traumatized. Very traumatized. Now these young men, I hear now they're up to 10 missing. I only left Muteti. I think his name was Muteti. That boy was abducted. He had gone to a supermarket downstairs. You know how the buildings are like in Kenya. Chini ni maduka, juu ni flats. He had come from upstairs, come down to the shop, to the little mini market to buy some stuff. He was abducted. Daylight, mchana, and put in the car, and people just looked. Nobody asked a question. By the time the guy who was in the supermarket came out to go and look, he had already been driven off. So I'd left, like, by Christmas, I'd left at least 3, 4. Now I hear they're up to 10. There was another one called Biggie Mwangi. There are quite a few. Bernard, that one was abducted in Gong. Around Gong area. It's crazy. Now I hear they're up to 10 guys. 10 young men missing. Nobody knows where they are. Juzi they have a funeral for Wetangura's mom. Anaitwa Wetangura ama anaitwa nani? Ni Weta? Si ni Weta? Wetangura's mom. They had her funeral. And this guy, Natembeya, is a governor of somewhere, those Western, Uko Western. He said, this has to stop, the abduction of our children. Has to stop. Whoever is doing this has to stop this. This is not good. The whole thing opened a whole can of worms for mazishi. It went completely bizarre, crazy. Weta went crazy. Everybody went crazy. This one from Kikuyu, Wamadimpos. Wamadimpos went crazy. Kimani Ishongwa. He started saying we are the one who are not raising our kids with manners. They don't know how to behave. They don't know, I don't know what. He started addressing Natembeya. Kamwambia he used to be a head of, I don't know what commission. They've been killing people. They killed 100 people who asked him. I'm thinking, these people, who is going to tell them what? You know, RUTO bought all the opposition. There is no opposition in Kenya. The only government in the world that doesn't have opposition. He bought ODM MPs. So the Parliament of Kenya has no opposition for somebody to hold people accountable. Like just that statement Ishongwa said. He knows 100 people abducted and killed. I don't know where, in Mau. Now, there is nobody who can ask him a question. The government, the Parliament is for the government. There is no opposition. And if you talk too much these days, I don't know who, somebody else had been abducted, an MP. It's all crazy, guys. Let's pray for Kenya. Jamani, let's pray for Kenya. Let's pray for Kenya. This is getting out of hand. RUTO, please, stop being threatened by 20-year-olds. For God's sake, these are the future of tomorrow. Liwe liwalo. These kids are growing. We need people to be the future of tomorrow for that country. It's getting out of hand. Watu wangu mkae poa. Huku ni baridi tu, mnaona nimekaa na kablanketi hapa. Nimechill karibu na hita hapa. Nasikia tu kajoto, nikasema let me talk to you for a minute. It's been a minute. I hope everybody is good. Pray for Kenya. RUTO, stop it. Stop. We know all the things. We know you are good at killing. We remember the Kiamba church. We remember all that. And people still voted for you. I had other opinions. I'd rather throw the vote somewhere else. But throwing the vote is not an option. People vote. Telepote. Mkae poa, guys. Have a happy new year. Mkae poa. I'm happy we are back. I'm happy God has blessed us with a new year. And we thank God. AB, happy birthday, Amelia. Happy birthday. Have a happy birthday. I hope you're enjoying yourself and having a nice time. Happy birthday and have many more. God bless you. God bless you, guys. Mkae poa. Adios. Nawapenda sana. Ombeni Kenya.